Welcome back to the Dark Side of the Library podcast. It is the spooky season, and I'm your host, Carrie Carolyn, here with my scary, creepy co-host, Katie.
Boo!
Today, we're going to talk about part 2 of our kids' books that are coming out October 2022. We have not read any of them. We're making our shopping list, and you can make your shopping list too if you check out our show notes that have affiliate links to buy the books, or at least check them out. Our show notes are at darksideofthelibrary.com. Katie, what is your first dark kids book you'd like to chat about today?
I am going to start with Prunella and the Cursed Ring. Comes out October 18th. This is by Matthew Loux. This has a cool cover. It's clearly a little girl, but it's a skeleton. Very cute. Matt Loux is the creator of the Time Museum. So this is a gently macabre graphic novel. There are whispers around the village that monsters are lurking outside the gates. Prunella doesn't pay this too much mind until she unearths a strange skull-shaped ring in her garden. When she places it on her finger, she's transformed into a skeleton girl.
Oh,
Cool. I know! Terrifying her monster-fearing town. That's exciting. Exiled, Prunella wanders the wilderness, where she discovers that monsters aren't as bad as she's been led to believe. With her new friends, undead pirate Captain Rip Skeleton and Francis, a floating fiery skull at her side, Prunella is sure to find a way to reverse this curse. But does she really want to? Oh, I love that. This is for grade levels 3 through 4 or reading ages 6 through 10. This is Prunella and the Cursed Skull Ring by Matthew Loux.
My first book is called The Return of the Christmas Witch.
Ooh.
It's by Aubrey, Plaza, and Dan Murphy, and the illustrator is Julia Iredell. It's the much-anticipated follow-up to the best-selling The Legend of the Christmas Witch.
Cute.
It's by Parks and Recreation star Aubrey Plaza and their creative partner Dan Murphy. By now, you've heard the legend, all but forgotten, of Santa Claus's twin sister. Many years ago, this shadowy figure followed in Santa's footsteps, searching for him while living odd gifts of her own. One fateful night, they finally came face to face, and she hasn't been heard from since, until now. The Christmas Witch has returned! I sound so joyful.
Yes!
After centuries trapped in her icy chamber, the snow is finally melting, and Christorn awakens. She finds that the holiday she loved is now controlled by the mysterious Kringle Corporation. She embarks on a journey to a world unknown to her, where she meets the inventive young Poppy and sweet old reindeer Donner, who agree to help her restore Christmas to its former glory. Little do they know that she wants more than order. She wants revenge. That's The Return of the Christmas Witch. It's a picture book for grade levels kindergarten to 3 or age 5 to 8 years.
I love this list of books because we can definitely find a lot of these for Christmas too, so it's not just the spooky season. Because my next book would be perfect for summertime, so it's a great gift option too for Christmas. It's called Secrets of Stone and Sea. It comes out October 18th. This is by Allison K. Hymas. Rise, the oceans, rise. Rise and greet the shore. With bread and bread, he feeds on the dead and meets you at the door. A summer visiting grandma turns into an epic life or death middle grade adventure about twin brothers who must use their wits to keep the god of the sea from sinking their city. This is so fun. So, identical twins, Peter and Kai, are spending the summer in the town of Seaspire when ancient legends quickly pit the boys against a furious sea creature with the power to destroy worlds and sink cities. To prevent it from drowning the entire town of Seaspire, they'll have to solve a set of codes and puzzles with ties to the lost city of Atlantis. This is a fun book. So this comes...
I feel bad for the boys. That's a big responsibility. You're just trying to be kids and go see your grandma.
I know! They're doing the good thing here. So this is for reading ages 8 through 12 or grade level 4 through 6. This is by Roaring Brook Press. Secrets of Stone and Sea by Allison K. Hymas. Very cool.
My next pick is The Shadows of Rookhaven. It's by Padraig Kenny and Annie Carbonneau Leclerc is the illustrator. Comes out October 11. It's book 2 in the series The Monsters of Rookhaven. It's a sequel. It follows the half-human and half-monster Mirabelle on a mission to protect the only home she's ever known from a sinister new threat bent on eradicating her family. So shadows are gathering over Rookhaven Village, and no human or monster is safe. In the wake of the shocking revelation that Mirabelle is part human and part monster, our heroine feels like an outsider, both at home and in the greater human world. She isn't quite like the rest of the monsters who raised her at Rookhaven Manor, but she also doesn't recognize herself in humanity, especially after witnessing the terrifying damage left by the Blitz. But as the Great Configuration, a once-in-100-years event, descends upon Rookhaven Village, there's barely enough time to think of herself. Humans and monsters are gathering from all over the country to take part in the festivities. Though amid the guests is an insidious interloper, a young boy named Billy, who's desperate to protect his own, and he's working for someone who wants to destroy Mirabelle's family. So Billy steals something precious to Mirabelle, and there's more than just her family at stake. He's being used for an experiment that can incite a disaster that will affect humans and monsters alike. And she has the fate of the world on her shoulders. Again, this poor little kid is just trying to be a little kid. It's a gothic fantasy for reading age 10 to 14 years or grade level 4 to 6. The publisher is Henry Holt, and the book is The Shadows of Rookhaven.
My next book is a picture book. It's The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Comes out October 18th. I got ahead of myself. This is by Barnett, and John Klassen is the illustrator. So this is a hilarious twist on the classic The Three Billy Goats Gruff, which is about a bridge and a very terrible, very hungry troll that lives underneath it, and these goats have to cleverly try to find a way to cross without being eaten, of course. So the art style in here is fantastic. It's gently macabre. Again, it's beautifully done, and very unique. We have cute little bones and remnants of obviously eaten animals next to our creepy little troll and our very apprehensive goat trying to cross the bridge. It's really fun. So apparently both of these authors, John Klassen and Barnett, are New York Times bestsellers. They've won awards. This is going to be another really awesome book. This is 48 pages long for reading ages 4 through 8. So preschool to grade 3. This is The Three Billy Goats Gruff by Barnett and John Klassen.
My next book is really basically a YA book, but we snuck it into the kids category. It's called Trespassers. It's part of the Ferryman series by Claire McFall. Tristan and Dylan have escaped the afterlife, defying fate. Dylan should have been killed in a horrific train crash, while Tristan should still be an immortal ferryman. Now living in bodies that they have no right to inhabit, they discover they're connected by something stronger than love. Their souls are bound together. Alone they'll die, but being together has its own difficulties. As they try to adjust to life in the real world, with Dylan slowly healing from her injuries and Tristan attending school for the first time, they realize that when they broke through the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead, they showed the way for others to escape. Now they must face the consequences.
That's cool.
This says that the story is in development to become a major motion picture. Woo! It is for grade level 7 to 9 or age 12 to 17 years. That's Trespassers, part of the Ferryman series by Claire McFall.
I remember the Ferryman first book. My next book is called Where the Lost Ones Go. It comes out October 11th. This is by Akemi Bowman. This is a middle grade contemporary fantasy in which a 12-year-old biracial Japanese-American girl grieves the loss of her beloved grandma and attempts to contact her beyond the grave. So Elliot is grieving Babong, her paternal grandmother who just passed away. And she feels like she's the only one. She's less than excited to move to her new house, which smells like lemons and deception. I was okay with the lemons, but I don't know what deception smells like.
Oh, come over to my house and I will show you.
You do have a lemony smelling house. Oh my goodness, is it Carrie's house? Yes. So her house smells like lemons and deception, and she is searching for a sign, any sign, that ghosts are real. Because if ghosts are real, it means she can find a way back to her grandmother. When Elliot chases the promise of paranormal activity to the presumably haunted Honeyfield Hall, she finds her proof of spirits. But these ghosts are losing their memory, stuck between this world and the next, waiting to cross over. With the help of Hazel, the granddaughter of Honeyfield's owner, and Elliot's new crush, she attempts to uncover the mystery behind Honeyfield Hall and the ghosts residing within. And as Elliot fits the pieces together, she may just be able to help the spirits remember their pasts and hold on to her grandmother's memory. This is really cute. The cover is absolutely stunning. This is for grade level 4 through 6 or reading ages 8 through 12, so mid-level readers. This is Where the Lost Ones Go by Akemi Dawn Bowman.
My next book is called Wildlord. It is also more of a YA book. It's for grade levels 7 to 9, reading age 12 to 15 years. It's by Philip Womack. It's a suspenseful teen fantasy about young love, dark mystery, and magic. 16-year-old orphan Tom Swinton, thank God it's a normal name, thank you. There's been some weird names lately. I can't handle it. He's not looking forward to spending the summer at his boarding school. Well, who would? So when he receives a strange message from his Uncle James, inviting him to visit his Suffolk farm, he jumps at the chance. However, Tom quickly realizes that something is menacing Mundham Farm. But does it come from outside or within? The mystery deepens when Tom finds old diaries describing a romance with a member of a supernatural race known as the Samdia. As the secrets of the farm begin to unravel, pressure mounts, and Tom finds his loyalties under threat. On one hand, he is offered infinite power. On the other, his freedom. Which will he choose? Tom must now face up to his parents' death and expose the truth about his uncle and his relationship with the Samdia. Who are these extraordinary creatures, and what has this uncle kept hidden for so long? I admit I'm kind of intrigued.
Yeah.
And it's on sale. That's Wildlord by Philip Womack, and it comes out October 25.
My next book is called Witch Hazel. Not Little Witch Hazel, but just Witch Hazel. It's really cute. This is by Molly Idle. It comes out October 11th, and it is a picture book for grade level preschool through 3rd grade or reading ages 4 through 8. Transform dust into magical memories in this moving intergenerational tale that celebrates stories and the time we have together. This is so cute, oh god. Something magical happens when Hazel and Hilda are together. As the seasons pass, Hazel's broom whisks the dust off many years of joyful memories, and young Hilda watches them come to life. But is it magic making memories, or are memories making magic? This tale, an artistic tour de force from Caldecott honorary Molly Idle, gently explores the passage of time and the transcendent power of sharing our stories. This has some beautiful imagery. It has a mostly brown background, or just in general, it's mostly brown, and it has almost like a scratch off look where everything has white. It's a little watercolor looking. It looks a little aged, but it's beautifully done, and it's just really cute. So this is called Witch Hazel. This is by Molly Idle. It comes out October 11th.
My next book is a picture book or slightly graphic novel called The Wolf Suit. It's by Sid Sharp. It comes out October 11th. So Bellwether Rigwelter is a stupid name. And this person, unfortunately named Bellwether Rigwelter, is out of blackberries. This time, rather than tiptoe through a forest full of predators, he comes up with a new plan. He will keep himself safe by blending in. He will sew a wolf suit. The disguise works perfectly, sort of. Bellwether realizes he can't enjoy the forest in a bulky suit, and he may not be the only creature in the forest who feels that way. Perhaps not everyone is as wolfish as they appear. So this uses humor, darkness, and insight. It kind of reminds us of Edward Gorey. And it turns the idiom wolf in sheep's clothing on its head. It's for grade levels 2 or 3, reading age 6 to 11 years. It's The Wolf Suit by Sid Sharp. Sounds cute.
It does. So we did talk about this next book, on our YA episode, but I'm going to mention it again. It is The Wolves Are Watching. This comes out October 4th. This is by Natalie Lund. It is a eerie exploration of small town living, stolen children, and wolves that watch in the woods. The night little Madison disappears from her crib, Lucy sees a pair of eyes, 2 points of gold deep in the forest behind her house, and feels certain they belong to a wolf. Her town, Picnic, Illinois, is the kind of place where everyone knows one another and no one locks their doors. It's not the kind of place where a toddler goes missing without a trace, where wolves lurk in the shadows. So this is for mid-grade level readers, 7 through 5, or reading ages 12 through 17 years old. This is The Wolves Are Watching by Natalie Lund, and it comes out October 4th.
My final book today is called You Can't Kill Snow White. It's a picture book that comes out October 25. It's by Beatrice Alemagna and translated by Karin Snelson. It's a dark, genre-defying picture book adaptation of Snow White. And I happen to collect Snow White picture books, so I'm probably going to grab it.
Ooh.
But the story's told from the point of view of the jealous stepmother queen. And it complicates the question of goodness and sets into high relief the shadow side with its capacity for evil.
Ooh.
So once upon a time, a child was born with skin as white as snow, lips as red as blood, and hair as black as ebony. The Princess Snow White. She's possessed of beauty and innocence, but there in the shadows lurks a queen who will remarry her widower father. A queen who is empty and envious, as narcissistic and fractured as is every life that gets stuck in the endless reflecting pool or mirror of the self. It is hatred that animates her. But like all true fairy tales, this story doesn't ask us to judge and condemn the queen and her hatred, but rather to consider the kinds of behaviors and situations that invite evil, and where true innocence might lie. It follows the first-person account of the queen. It's a picture book for older readers, and it illuminates her blinding obsession and insatiable jealousy right up to the point of her violent undoing.
Oh.
It's a large format picture book with striking full-spread paintings, which are supposed to be unsettling. I'm very excited to check it out. It's definitely for older kids, age 14 years and up. It's called You Can't Kill Snow White.
And that is our final book for kids in October 2022. Sorry about all the mix-ups. It's hard to navigate some of the YA and kids books sometimes, especially when there's so many coming out during the spooky season. If you are wanting to check out more of our books, make sure to check out our show notes at darksideofthelibrary.com, and you can join us on our Amazon Live channel at amazon.com/live/darksideofthelibrary, our Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook channel at Dark Side of the Library. Make sure to rate and review on your favorite listening app. It really helps us out. And spread the word. If you do know somebody who enjoys dark reads, make sure to share Dark Side of the Library with them. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Happy Halloween!